Welcome to my final presentation for Edit 8190. There have been a few changes since we've last discussed projects in class. I'm no longer working on the coding board game in the same capacity as before. I'm now participating in the projects in more of a support role. I plan to be there with the team when they demo the game with a group of young learners. I'm willing to assist with the content side of the game. However, it will not be my final project for this course. You may be wondering what my final project is. After discussing with Dr. Kopcha, we came up with a new game plan where I would spend the last 2 weeks of class engaging in creative exercises to flesh out potential project ideas. My final project will be entries in my design journal from the process of doing these creative exercises. Dr. Kopcha recommends that I try various methods to explore the creative process, including doodling, drawings, and writings. The process that worked best for me was a combination of brainstorming with a whiteboard, writing in a paper journal, which I ultimately converted into OneNote entries, searching Pinterest, reading research papers from scholars engaging in the type of work that I am interested in, and using OneNote. Here's a demo of how I use OneNote in my creative process. Here's how I use OneNote to document my creative practice. I've been using OneNote for at least a year. I'm pretty happy with it, although I wouldn't say that I've mastered how to incorporate it into all of my studies yet, but it has potential. The thing that I like about OneNote is that it's available to me anywhere. I can have access to my notebooks on my phone, on my machine at work, and on my personal laptop. The pages sync so that I don't have to worry about re-entry on any of those devices. Let's get started. I've already set up notebooks in OneNote for my classes and a few other areas. I've created a design journal notebook to hold my creative exploration entries. I go into the software and I add a page and I start writing. Now I'll transfer these entries over to my portfolio and clean them up a bit because I didn't want to edit any of the ideas that came up. It was important just to document them and to evaluate them later. I'm still in the process of evaluating my ideas, but I discovered a few reoccurring themes, such as a research project built around hip-hop pedagogy and STEM. Hip-hop pedagogy is an extension of culturally relevant teaching that uses elements of hip-hop to engage youth in deeper learning. I just finished taking a course on this subject, and I'm curious as to how it could be implemented in a STEM research project. The current STEM research projects that focus on hip-hop pedagogy use hip-hop as a tool to reinforce content. Hip-hop pedagogy would argue that hip-hop as a tool does not give you the benefits of the more critical and deeper engagement through hip-hop. Hip-hop pedagogy has had success in the English language arts and social studies at getting at that deeper level. However, getting to that critical layer in STEM has not yet happened. Some of the things that I have been concerned around this topic is hip-hop technology, such as the connection between the development of turntables to engineering and the process of sampling to programming. These are ideas and concepts that I'm thinking through. I also noticed various STEM subjects that came up during this process, such as programming education or computer science education, software development, and physical computing, which leads into the various mediums, like digital projects done through the use of the computer or physical artifacts that align more with computational craft. The pros of this process was discovering that I had a lot of ideas. It was therapeutic to put them on paper or digitally in OneNote and to get them out of my head. Overall, I really enjoyed the process. Pinterest was my favorite tool by far. I love Pinterest and I use it daily. I already had a couple of boards that contained separate project ideas. However, During this process, I tried to organize them and, of course, look for new ideas and inspiration. The cons of this process was the number of ideas that came up. In the beginning, I felt my priority was just getting the ideas on paper, as if I thought I would lose them if I didn't capture them right away. Towards the end of the process, I became aware of a need to evaluate the ideas. I am worried that none of them may become viable projects. I am also concerned about a quote that I've heard that goes, "A good dissertation is a done dissertation." Should I focus and settle for a project idea that I can get done in the time that I have left, or fight for an idea that might take longer but align more with my interests? I'm not sure if you've heard this comment in seminar yet, but I believe it was during some seminar that we were encouraged to follow scholarship that will weave a thread that will last throughout our academic careers, meaning that the research that we're doing now in our doctoral programs should align with the research that we will be doing in our careers as academics and scholars. This notion also weighs in my mind when I'm thinking about which direction I want to go in. The next step for me is to organize the ideas that came up into possible dissertation research and hobbies. I noticed that some of the ideas that I had seem more aligned with my technology interests and not appropriate for my dissertation research. After organizing those ideas, then I should evaluate which of the remaining ideas could become possible research topics. Thank you for watching.